Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year's. Welcome back to a new quality bedtime stories with Jay and Benjamin. I'm sure that I have some angry watchers right now that have been anticipating the ending of my freshman novel, Down in the Dirty. Again, I apologize. It's not the first time I held you guys up, stood you guys up, but hopefully it will be the last. If not, don't charge it to my heart, because that's not the situation. Um, well, as you know, we've been reading my Down in the Dirty since um, November of 2011. So, for those who are just now following, to recap what's been going on, I started the prologue of Down in the Dirty a few months ago, and now we're on chapter 47. So, basically, what has taken place is three guys, two brothers, one friend from New York, have gone down to the dirty to get money. But unbeknownst to them at the time, they're actually walking right into the lion's den and the lion's mouth of a setup of four angry and emotional young ladies who have been scarred and abused in some form of fashion by men that come from up north down to the dirty, hustlers in particular. So these young ladies, Keisha, Tasha, Desiree, and Pam, make a pact that any dudes that come from up north down to North Carolina will pay for their womanizing behavior. And that's what they've been doing, making these men pay. Not only Stack, Styles, and Don, but any men that come down there and cross their path, whether they're from Jersey, Philly, anywhere that's not Southern based, they receive some unexpected Southern hospitality, the kind that you really don't want. So, without further ado, I will continue my freshman novel, Down in the Dirty. But visit me on www.anewqualitypublishing.com. Follow me on Twitter at JMBenjamin, as well as Facebook, JMBenjamin. Okay, you guys ready? Sure you are. So let's go. Now, I know you know the combination to the safe in there, Keisha said to Styles. You don't know nothing, because I don't know that shit, Styles said defiantly. Keisha laughed because she'd anticipated his answer. Their victims never made it simple for them. She wished just for once dudes would cooperate and stop procrastinating. Nigga, don't give me that shit. There ain't no way in hell you don't know the combination to your brother's safe. That's bullshit, Keisha yelled. So believe what you want to believe. Told you I don't know it. So do what you gotta do. Keisha wasn't buying it. Instantly, she buzzed Styles in the head with her pistol. A stream of blood rushed down the side of his face. Do what I gotta do, huh, nigga? I'ma do what the fuck I gotta do. If you keep trying to talk slick and play these fucking games. Now, if you want to make it out of this shit alive, you better stop acting like you bulletproof and give me the numbers to open that motherfucking safe up in that room. Make it out alive. Bitch, who you think you faking out? Not me. You think I don't know you gonna kill me? Must be crazy. No way in hell you gonna let me live. Coming up in here with no mask on. Let me know who you are. Yeah, alright. Styles laughed. Keisha decided to play it cool. Styles was right, she knew. They were going to have to relieve him of his life. And if he continued with the smart remarks, it would be sooner rather than later, she thought. Before they did that, they needed the combination to the safe, though. Otherwise, they would have done all this for nothing, and there wasn't enough time to retrieve their tools or purchase new ones. The safe didn't look as easy to crack like the others they had in the past. Look, if you give us the combination, we're going to be up out of here. We don't care about you seeing our faces because we leaving North Carolina anyway, and you'll never find us. So if you want to keep your life, you give up the digits to the safe. Keisha lied. Yeah, I told you. I don't know it. Only my brother knows it. Styles repeated. Maybe he's telling the truth, Keish, Pam said. If he is, then we can just wait here until that nigga returns from New York and get him to tell us. Plus, get him for the shit he coming back down here with. The way that duffel bag looked filled, he probably bringing at least 10 to 15 keys back down with him. Desiree shot Pam a disgusted look. That was not how she intended for their scheme to go down. And that was not what she wanted to happen. Desiree didn't know how they were going to pull off the robbery, so she could still get with Stacks. But she didn't like Pam's suggestion. That nigga know the combination, Desiree said. Just like he know his dough up in that motherfucker. Everybody looked at Desiree strangely. How you know he know that? Keisha queried. 'Cause he said it when y'all was in the room. Styles remained quiet. He took a chance trying to get in Desiree's head, and it had backfired on him. Styles didn't know how much longer he could stall them, but he would continue to hold out as long as he could, with the hope that his brother will return in time to save him. Chapter 48. After their passionate afternoon, Stacks jumped up from his brief nap. He and Vanessa had fallen into a light sleep in the hotel room, exhausted from 2 hours of pleasure. They sexed in the shower and ended their session in the bedroom. The sudden movement startled Vanessa from her slumber. "What's wrong? You okay?" she asked with concern. "Yo, I just had a fucked up dream, V. Something ain't right," Stacks said. "What about?" Vanessa sat upright, fully alert. "Yo, honestly, I can't remember, but it was crazy. You know how a dream be jumping from scene to scene and shit?" "Mm-hmm." Vanessa nodded. "It was like that. It was just wild. Blood, drugs, guns, shit everywhere. We were together with Styles and Don and a couple other people that I can't remember. That shit was just crazy. Maybe you were just tired and all that driving is catching up to you. You know lack of rest can make you sleep hard and dream about all types of crazy stuff," Vanessa replied. "Yeah, maybe, but y'all got a bad feeling. Want to change our plans," Stacks announced. "Instead of us driving back together, I want you to hop on the train and take this shit down. If my gut feeling is right, no need for us to be together and get pulled over and we both get knocked. Whenever I start feeling like this, bad shit always happens. I don't want you to get caught up in the mix. I don't think it's good for me to ride back down dirty at all. So I'm going to need you to take my burner with you too. If you don't want to hop on the train like that, then we could just cancel the move and drop everything off. I'll come back and get it some other time." Vanessa made her decision before Stacks had even finished his statement. "We don't have to cancel. I don't have a problem with hopping on the train. We're trying to get this money, right?" She wanted to assure him that she was down with him no matter what. "Yeah, but I ain't want you to think I was trying to play you or nothing like you some mule. No, I got love for you." "I know you do, and I got love for you too, Stacks. That's why I ain't got no problem with it." Stacks looked at Vanessa's naked body while she spoke. This was the type of woman he always had wanted in his life. Beautiful, street smart, and thorough. And Vanessa was definitely all three, he knew. It was no secret he was feeling Desiree, but after spending time with Vanessa, his mind was made up. Stacks was no longer torn between two women, because without a doubt, he wanted Vanessa to be his other half, his sidekick and his partner in crime, ultimately his ride or die chick. "Yo, V, I need to say something to you before we leave up out of here, though." "What's up?" Vanessa asked. Stacks really didn't know where to begin, so finally he just came out with it. "You know we've been knowing each other for a minute now, right? Chilling since we was kids." "Yeah." We've been friends from day one. And all I always had was love and respect for you, even back then. You know that I never do anything to jeopardize our friendship or to hurt you because having you as a friend means more to me than you'll ever know. Besides, I feel fucked up if I mess that up. That's why it's hard for me to say this shit right now. Because I know once I do, ain't no turning back. Stacks paused to pull his thoughts together. He didn't want to spit the wrong words out of his mouth. Stacks, what? Just say what you're trying to say. Vanessa was anxious to hear what he had to tell her. Yo, remember that day we was kicking it around the way? Yeah, the day you invited me there? Yeah, that day. What about it? Vanessa asked curiously. Stacks took a deep breath. He couldn't believe how nervous he was trying to tell Vanessa what was on his mind. This had been the second time in less than a week that he had choked up around a woman. This was the first time he had ever had to express his heart, his true feelings. I don't know, but that day, things between us just changed. On my part anyway, but I tried to put it in the back of my mind. Stacks, nah, hold up. Let me finish. I gotta get this shit off my chest while the timing is right. Stacks interjected. Yo, that day we were talking, I saw you in a whole different other light, a way I never looked at you before. I remember when you used to be up in the club doing your thing on the dance floor. I used to be checking you out and all that, but that was fall. That was when. And I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about seeing you in a way that a nigga is attracted to a chick. Vanessa remained silent and waited for him to finish discussing his feelings to her. V, I dealt with mad chicks in the past and all of that, and I ain't even gonna front. I only been in one relationship with a female, and that was because it was convenient, not because I loved her or was in love with her. I cared about her and had love for her though, till she did me dirty when I was doing that bid up north. So I ain't never really been in love or loved a chick. And I didn't even know what it felt like. Then you came down, we started spending time together and shit, and you started being a constant thought on my mom. And I was in the streets and you was at the crib. I gotta keep it gully though. I had some other shit on my mind that was blurring my thoughts. And at first I thought I was feeling the next chick like I've been feeling you, but nah, shit ain't the same. Right now I can't even believe I'm telling you this, but I wanted to keep it real with you on the strength of our friendship. I know I'm not supposed to know this. I gave my word I won't bring it up, but my brother told me about the conversation y'all had. Don't be mad at the nigga though. He was just pulling my coat to what was good. But seriously, I'm glad he did because it helped me to get my mind right before it was too late. And tonight, how it went down with us, made it official for what I already wanted to do. I want to know if I could make it happen with us, you feel me? Vanessa gathered her thoughts before she spoke. Her hands were shaking and her heart was pounding. Stacks, everything you just said is how I've been feeling. That day back home, I felt the same way. And I ain't even gonna front either. I was digging you like a grave, nigga. That trip down south was the best thing for me. Not only because I got a chance to get away from New York, but because I got a chance to get closer to you. Do you remember that day you caught me dreaming? Yeah. That dream was about you, Stacks. Like all of my dreams were while I was down there. If I wasn't dreaming about you, I was thinking about you 24 motherfucking 7. You made me feel alive again. Just being yourself, and for that I'm grateful. Many times I wanted to come into your room and climb into bed with you, but just never worked up the nerve. Plus I knew you were with someone down there. Yo, it wasn't. Vanessa interjected this time. You don't have to explain. It doesn't even matter now. What's important is that you were honest, and I respect you for that. I respect you for respecting me like that. If you meant everything you said, then my answer is yes, Vanessa exclaimed. Y'all meant every last word of that shit, Stack said as he leaned over and kissed her. He and Vanessa made love one last time before they got ready to be on their way. Chapter 49. Keisha had been torturing Styles for hours, but it was no use. He refused to talk. She had never beaten a man as bad as she had beaten him. She had used the butt of her pistol to split Styles' lip and both of his eyes, closing the right one. And she gave him a busted nose along with a deep gash on his forehead. The others watched as Keisha went to work on him. Desiree felt sick to her stomach at the sight of the blood leaking from Styles. The pounding he had taken changed his whole appearance. He no longer resembled his brother. He looked more like a piece of raw, bloodied meat. The average man would have broken down, but not Styles. Desiree wished he would just give up the combination to the safe so they could be on their way. Not for his sake, but for his brother's. I'm getting tired of beating your motherfucking ass, Keisha yelled. Why don't you just do yourself a favor and give me the damn combination? Styles couldn't talk even if he wanted to. His mouth was sore and his throat was dry. During the course of the pistol whipping, he had swallowed 2 of his teeth. It didn't matter what these females did to him. Now, he thought, he was never going to give them the combination. He didn't care whether he lived or died at that moment. He only wished he lived long enough to see his brother kill all the grimy chicks that stood before him. And even if he didn't, he knew that his death would not go unavenged. I don't think he's going to give it up, Tasha said. Me neither, Pan followed up. Desiree remained quiet. She waited to see what Keisha was going to do or say. Fuck it then. We just wait for his motherfucking brother to come back and get him to tell us the safe number. If he don't, then we'll just body both these niggas, dig that shit up out of there, take the shit he bringing down with him and be out, Keisha suggested. Desiree didn't like Keisha's idea and started to question her about it, but thought better of it. None of them had ever questioned Keisha's authority or direction in the past, and she didn't want anyone becoming suspicious about her behavior. As much as she liked Stacks, her team came first. She decided to put her personal feelings aside and roll with her girls. Well, I hope you've been enjoying this evening's read thus far. I'm going to stop here at chapter 50, take a break, get a drink of water, I'm a little parched, and then I will resume the reading for the conclusion of Down in the Dirty. So, stay tuned. www.anewqualitypublishing.com. You can purchase my books on Kindle, Nook, as well as Google Books, or wherever books are sold. And you can also purchase from my website. So, stay tuned. Keep it locked.